Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. This is your Mixtape Monday. Welcome, Tarot fam. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm recording this on Father's Day morning very, very quietly so that Gregpedia can sleep in a little bit. We're going to be having brunch with my father-in-law, and I'm going to go see my parents tomorrow because I have to go to the DMV to get my real ID. So I'm going to go see them tomorrow. It is gorgeous weather here on the East Coast. Gregpedia and I cleaned up the patio because we are going to have a little celebration for my darling daughter to celebrate her 21st birthday, which happened a while ago, but she's home from college. So we want to have her friends over for a crazy outdoor movie night. So welcome, 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 guys. We are going to be not live on Tuesday, just so you know, little housekeeping. Angus is graduating and Trevor Cat MC is graduating. He's getting his jingle bells taken off on the same day. So we've got a lot going on Tuesday. We've got a little bit going on Monday. And Wednesday, I'm going to be back with the Barnosphere, my good friend Barney. We are going to be doing our Love in the End Times. This is such a great program. We're reading viewer emails that are sent in, and we're talking about some pop culture stuff. So this week, I think we're going to be doing a special feature. Stay tuned for that. There will be shorts about it. Let's get to the cards. So what we're going to be doing, this is kind of a special edition of Mixtape Monday. Harry and Meghan, it has been announced that they are returning to the United Kingdom. They're going to be going for the 1 year to Invictus. Allegedly, they are bringing their children. Allegedly, they have been granted passage into a royal residence. We are going to unpack this and see what's going on, including what is going on with Meghan. So stick with me, because at the end of this, we are going to see how the British public is going to respond to these two. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to bring up that card view. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that as well. We're looking to get to 10,000 subscribers sometime soon. I'm going to be using the Aquarian Tarot. This is an old deck of mine. If you'd like, I'm going to tag it in the video. You can go over and get yourself this deck. It's a little bit neat. It's not like the Rider-Waite at all. This has no pictures on our minor arcana, which tells us all about the little stuff that's going on in our world. So let's giddy up, buttercups. Are we ready? This is just my opinion about things that are going on with the Harry and Meghan return. Honestly, I never in a million years thought that Meghan was going to be going back to the United Kingdom. That is jumping into the lion's den. Or if you are a Game of Thrones fan, the Bear and the Maiden Fair. So not that Meghan is a maiden, but let's see what's going on. Our first question, is this return happening with royal family approval? Let's see if the king has approved this return. Are you ready? Are you ready, buttercups? So did the king approve Harry coming back? Did the king approve Meghan coming back? Harry, Queen of Cups in reverse, or Queen of Coins, I'm sorry, in reverse. And Meghan, the Knight of Cups in the upright. This is very interesting. You know why that's interesting? Because it looks like they are more sweet to get Meghan back. What is the reason for that? Why are they more sweet to get Meghan back? King of Batons. They want to have a discussion with her, boys and girls. 6 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. They're going to offer a very, very sweet deal for her. They're going to basically, the king, I'm talking about the king is telling her, I'm going to do whatever I can to provide good things for you. I'm going to pump up your profile. I'm sorry if you guys are upset about this. Do not be upset about this, because I think that there's a bit more to this. Why do I think that? Because we have this 9 of Wands in reverse, which is exposure. Even though your back is up against the wall, you are now being exposed. You are the biggest loser. So I think that's what's going on. Now, why do we have the king's approval for Harry with that Queen of Coins in reverse? He's been unable to establish himself as a player, as an amazing person, as a force to be reckoned with in the culture, American culture and British culture. When he left, he just left everything behind. So with that 10 of Pentacles, the king is saying, come back, darling boy. Come back, darling boy. Let's partner together with that 2 of Cups. And we also have the 7 of Cups. The world awaits you. Everything that you need is going to be here. We can solve all of your problems, Harry. So the king is setting up something very sweet. Is the king setting up a soft landing for Harry? High Priestess, it's against his better wishes. Moon in reverse. And we've got the 10 of Swords. The king does not want to see all of this nonsense continuing to the end of his days, till the fullness of time. So the king really is going against the better judgment, the better sense that people are giving him, and he is laying it all out on the line. I do think that the king is saying, I want this to be settled before we get too much further. The king is concerned about having loose ends in the fullness of time. That being said, is the king setting up Meghan? Is he setting her up? Is he trying to position them all? I do declare, I think the king is allowing himself to be seen as weak and pliable so that he can get a better sense of where Meghan is at and what she's capable of. I think there's a lot of obviousness of what she's capable of. We've seen it already. We've seen what Harry is capable of. But the king is trying to see how much gas she has in her tank right now. Not being rude when I'm saying that. So William's response to this overall. The Chariot. Valet of Coins, 7 of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and that 9 of Wands. William doesn't want to have anything to do with the 2 of them. We kind of know that already. And he is willing to have them come in so that we can give them a new start. Does William want either of them to stay in the kingdom? Absolutely not. He does not want them there. Harry nor Meghan. He wants to give them a foundation, let them just scoot off into the distance and be gone. So William says, Pa, do what you got to do for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the British fathers out there. Found out a fun thing. I did not realize that Australia does not have Father's Day at the same time. They have Father's Day in September, and Gregopedia has called it the metric Father's Day. So we are going to be celebrating that moving forward. So there we go. Let me see what the rest of my questions here are. Did Harry, in light of this trip coming back to the United Kingdom for Invictus 1 year to go, did Harry get the security that he was looking for? Did he get the security that he was looking for or demanding? Did he get that security? 4 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Valet of Cups, and the Hierophant. He was told that if you want the security that you are demanding, the level of security that you're demanding, you need to stay on royal property. I don't think that this is any different from what they offered him, the bespoke process that they've been talking about, that Ravik has been talking about. Now, it has been said in the news from the Royal Watchers that Ravik hasn't made their decision yet. Ravik hasn't come up with the bespoke process yet. But we've got this Hierophant in reverse. So I do think that the royal family is saying we have no control over this. This is entirely up to Ravik, and we're just going to go the way that we need to go. This is, if you want security, you have to stay on royal grounds, and we're going to give that to you. There's nothing that we can do about it. So is Harry satisfied with this? Is Harry satisfied with this? Knight of Batons. He is not. And I do think that he's going to appeal to some powers that be, that he get whatever it was that his mother had. I'm not kidding. The Empress has shown up, and I think he's saying, whatever my mother had, I want that. And the Hangman in reverse is he's not learning from the folly of that. So he is trying to renegotiate that. Will the negotiations have any effect on the appearance of him, the children, Meghan, etc.? Will it have an effect on his appearance? Justice. Will it have an effect on Meghan's appearance? The devil. The children. I think very limited exposure for those kids. I think they are going to keep them under lock and key while in the United Kingdom. Now, I did do a reading on another channel, and I do think that we will not see Lily in any public appearance, but I did think that we were going to see Archie. Meghan's not just going to continue with the difficulty that she is. She's just going to be, she's already introduced herself to us, so don't be surprised at how she behaves. So these kids, is there going to be something that comes up to interfere with Archie? Yes, Archie, they're going to say it's not safe. It's not safe. So we're going to get like a little glimpse, I think. I think they're going to say, oh, he's supposed to show up. And the other one, Eight of Cups, Judgment. That's going to be, she's too young. We can't have her out. We're going to get the side view. We're going to get a half of a face, but they're in England. So they'll be in the United Kingdom. Oh, my goodness. Is there legitimately any kind of security concern? And don't forget, we're going to look at how the public's going to respond to them at the end of this. Five of Swords, Queen of Cups. The harder we try to get people to love us, the toothpaste is out of the tube on this one. They've said too much. They've done too much. They've been too critical of the British public. They've been too critical of the royal family. They've done too many things to claw back. They're going to try. They're going to try. There's going to be tries for hugs and things like that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So will we see Meghan performing professionally? I got two cards. We're pulling them. Four of Pentacles, which is the home card, guys. And that can be that she stays at the hotel, she stays at the accommodation, or she stays home altogether. Valet Batons, refusal to work. Refusal to toe the line. Shocker. Totally on brand for her. So, did they really get offered a royal residence? And we've already seen that the recommendation is going to be that they stay in a royal residence because that's going to provide them with the level of security that they need. But have they been offered a royal residence? Yes, they have been offered a royal residence. They've been told that this is the best place, no matter if they don't like it. It's still the best place for them to stay. According to all parties involved, they really don't want to do it. Are they accepting it? I don't think they are. Before I pull the cards, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't think they want the royal residence. I think they're really being quite difficult about it. Will they take the royal residence? We've got Six of Wands. Moon in reverse. We're going to see it, guys. The Empress, that they actually want a different accommodation, but they're not going to take it. Four of Cups. They're going to be disappointed with it. I do think that they're requesting to stay in a similar accommodation to Diana, Princess of Wales, the late Princess of Wales. I think they're requesting that. They want to kind of relive that experience. Knight of Batons, the Fool in reverse. The demand is really obnoxious. And Six of Swords. Six of Swords. I don't think that they're going to stay in that. I think the request is that. I don't know if we're going to hear that, guys. So I don't know if that's going to be a public thing. Did the royal family offer the royal residence as a peace offering? Yeah, that was a peace offering. That was a peace offering. Do Harry and Meghan see it as a peace offering? What does Harry think? What's Harry think of it? Harry thinks it. Harry thinks there's something to it. And I think there's something to it too. Keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close. Your enemies closer. In this case, you know, the royal family is a perceived enemy of Harry. And in Meghan's case, they're just trying to bring her in. They're trying to bring her in. So let's take just a second. So before we continue, I just want to remind everybody that I do have text messaging and WhatsApp readings that are available for you guys. Totally cool way to get like a real quick answer if you're on the beach or at the pool. But I also have a $99 birthday reading sale celebrating my birthday all the way through July 10th. My birthday's on July 12th, but I'm going to be seeing Weird Al Yankovic that night. So I have only a limited number of these $99 specials. So if you would like to get yours, you can hook it up at the link in the description of this video, pinned in the comments, or on my About page, or you can go to www.fortunecookiestarot.com and you will find a link there. So can pretty much look at anything you want. So let's get to the biggest wild card in the story. So is Meghan going to take a high visibility role in this trip? It is 9 o'clock in the morning on June 21st. Remember, free will, these things can change at a moment's moment if the subject changes their mind. So is Meghan going to take a high visibility role in this 1 year to Invictus? King of Cups. She's going to try, and she's going to be love momming all over the place. But I do think it's going to be a little bit different. I think that she has heard the news that wearing short shorts and sandals is a no-no, that marching with the veterans is a no-no. I think she has heard all of that. And while she is arguing that she should be a presence there, I do think she's going to dial it back. So will she merch? Is she going to merch? Is she going to merch? Frantically selling all of that, or trying to sell all of that as ever stuff. But will she attempt to merch her clothes? She's got that deal with One Off. She still has Meghan's mirror out there, which I think is hers. Is she going to attempt to merch her clothing? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We've got Eight of Swords. She's contracted, and this is going to be something that she does do. We're going to see those clothes merged, but possibly more so on the Meghan's mirror site rather than the one-off site. She does have a deal with the one-off site, but I think that her underground supporters and teams are going to be pushing that Meghan's mirror kind of thing. They're just going to be pushing that for her rather than dealing with the contracts. Is that going to cause any problems for her? That's kind of weird. She's working around the edges here. Potentially causes some problems with one-off, but shocker. Okay, so we've got more questions. If you have more questions about this, drop them in the comments below. We'll be talking about them all week. It's going to be coming up. I'll have more videos this week, but we want to see how are the crowds going to respond. All right. And if you're in the UK, and I think I know your responses already, let me know what you think your response is going to be, or what your response is right now. How do you feel about these bozos coming back? So what is the crowd's initial response to Harry and Meghan? So let's go Harry, Meghan, and the kids. So I do think that Harry, they're going to say, what is he doing here? He's not a part of any of this. He's not a part of any of the endeavors or the patronages of the royal family. He has said his goodbyes. Meghan, they absolutely, the initial response, what is she doing here? Why is she here? Archie, there's going to be some questions. We've got the 5 of Swords there. They're going to be asking some questions and looking into him. Lily, I think they're going to find very cute. I mean, the kids are always cute, you know, like there are no ugly children. You know, sometimes when newborns are born, they're a little funky looking. My son was really funky looking when he was born, but he's adorable now. And he was adorable like 12 hours after he was born. But when he was first born, he looked a little pickled. So how is the response after a bit of time being in England? Oh, Justice in reverse for Harry, 10 of Wands for Meghan, 2 of Swords in reverse, and the Sun in reverse for Lily. I think that they are going to try, I think Harry and Meghan are going to try and promote Lily a little bit more to sweeten up the crowd, sweeten up the response to them. There's something weird about Archie. Everyone's going to be asking some questions about him, whether it's the way that he's behaving or the way that he's being utilized in this. I think there's going to be a lot of questions from the general public on that. So will this trip strengthen the public's view of them or create a more positive? Are we going to see more? How is the public's opinion going to change by the end of this trip? Harry, judgment. He's still going to be judged. Meghan, lovers, be gone. Get out of here. Hermit in reverse. You know, Archie is going to cause a lot of questions. There are going to be a lot of questions about him. I don't know why. We'll see. We'll see. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. The King of Coins, we are going to see. Everyone has been saying that Lily is the golden child, and there is some speculation that there out there that potentially is Lily. Either that child is borrowed or they have been modeling her for some time. There is going to be some solidification of that storyline. My opinion, totally psychic, totally independent decision. So guys, I hope you enjoyed Mixtape Monday for today. I hope you have a great week. We are in the thick of summer. Today is summer solstice. I will have some information about what's going on in the skies, in the astrology for all of you tomorrow. This evening, because you're going to get this on Monday. So thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't used up all your hypes, use up some hypes on me. I don't get enough hypes, but I don't ask for them. So hype this video, guys. So I hope you're having a great week. I hope to see some of you on my schedule. We are wrapping up a cycle in our lives with Angus graduating school. And I'm feeling the feels because I'm gonna be an empty nester in September, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think maybe we are in line for some changes. So look for my video on the astrology later on, because we're going to be talking about how we just came out of a cycle that started in 2020. So it's just going to be straight little astrological information, and you guys can let me know what you think about that. I'm still studying astrology, and I'm still working on my book of channeled and fiction short stories from ghost perspective. So I'm going to give you guys a real good beach or poolside read on July 1st. So I will see all of you in the future.